Welcome to Reading with Jamil. We are going to be reading Genesis chapters 1 through 5 today, because there are 50 chapters in Genesis. That means if I do 10 of these, we'll be done with this in no time. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be lights." And there was lights. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters." Sorry about that, I got a text, that's what the long pause was for. "And let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let the earth bring forth grass, and herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons. And for days and years. I wish I knew how to edit, oh well. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the nights. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the heaven, in the open firmament of heaven. Fly above the earth. Excuse me. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle. Turn the page. And over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he him. He them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish, and the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. Obviously, you guys know, for meat, he means for eating, because you eat meat. It's not actual meat. Because if plants were meat, that'd just throw off the food chain. I mean, the food pyramid. Oh well. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. Not just good, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Thus, the heaven and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. Before we go on to this chapter, how about we go over the last one, huh? Everybody knows the first day. The first day was the heaven and the earth. The Lord moved the waters. He created light. And he divided it from the darkness. You gotta love the second day, the firmament, the sky and the seas. That was the second day. And the dry land. And the third day was the dry land. The third day was the dry land. Okay, don't worry. I remember this. Heaven and earth, first day. Light and darkness as well. Second day was the firmament and the seas. Third day was the earth. And the night and the day. And the fourth day was... Oops. Don't judge me. The day and the night were the fourth day. And the fifth day were the birds and the fish. Okay, that's the one that everyone should remember, right? Yep. I'm a little bit rusty. But after that was the sixth day. The beasts, the crawly things, the cattle, and man. God's prized possession, his most valuable creation, the thing that we will talk more about in the later chapters. Because I was going to spoil Exodus, even though you guys probably already know what happens. But even though that is true, that doesn't mean I'm going to say anything. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth, when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. That's one of the things that we had discussed. That's one of the things that people seem to get confused about a lot. No. The plants, all of the trees. Some people think they were sustained by magical rivers or rain, but no. They were sustained by a mist on the ground. That is something you gotta remember. All of the trees in the Garden of Eden were sustained by a mist. That was how they were watered and given their nutrients and vitamins. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, all of those still watered by mist. Just in case you forgot. I hope you didn't forget already. That'd be too quick. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted, and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison. That is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there was gold, and the gold of the land is good. There is Bedelium. Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. Actually, no, I'm not going to look it up. I'll look it up later. And the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That it is which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man, and put him into the garden of Eden, to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. And the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So the cows, the birds, the mammals, those were all named by Adam. Yep. Well, they used to be, before the modern day people rediscovered them and decided to name them after themselves. Because eventually, the continent split up, and you already know the story. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an help meet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. And he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed, because we were all supposed to be naked in the first place. And I believe that would be a much better life for everybody, because if people actually did what the Lord God wanted them to, then we'd actually have the exact same thing, because the Lord knew everything that was going to happen before it even happened. Because the Lord knows everything and anything. He knows what our fate is. He knows how we're going to change it, how we're going to attempt to change it, and how we're going to fail. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree in the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eye, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. This is a common misconception unto men. People always blame Eve for this event because she was the one who took the fruit. But it specifically says, and also gave unto her husband. with her, with